Hey guys, how's it going? This is that man, that's me merchandise, and today we are going to look at the stuff I've been reading over the last few weeks. Now this is something new and something I kind of want to start and move into because, let's face it, I cannot cover every single series that I have been reading in individual volumes, and it's unfair for me to read these titles and not cover them. There's a lot of great content out there. Now I will try and go back and cover some of these a little bit more individually, and some of them I already plan on doing videos on. But for now, join me as we have a look at what I've been reading. First up is Yotsuba Volume 14. This is the last one so far that has been released, and my god, this is so much fun. Enjoy everything, read Yotsuba. If I'm going to read any of these series that I'm looking at today, read this one. Yotsuba is about a young child who's just exploring the world and having a lot of fun with it. And for this one, she goes to Tokyo. She goes to Harajuku. She goes to a lot of places that I personally went to, so I had that lovely little attachment. She discovers aliens and manages to save the world from an alien invasion. She discovers style. She becomes incredibly stylish, and she becomes a princess. All of these little things are just little things that happen in the world of Yotsuba. She discovers an all-you-can-eat restaurant, which is quite possibly the most fantastic place on earth. And if you love series that just have cute, small, self-contained stories and are just about enjoying every little thing that the world can offer us, this is the series for you, and it's absolutely a must-have read. Next up we have Konosuba Volume 9. Now this is a Megumin-centric chapter, which automatically means it's full of explosions. In fact, we discover how explosions are created. Yeah, we discover Megumin's origin of explosions, and we discovered a lot more stuff about Chomusuke. It's a fantastic read, and if you are enjoying Konosuba, if you really like Megumin as a character, you owe it to yourself to ensure you are caught up with this series. It is probably my favourite light novel at the moment because it's just so fun, it's so over the top, it's so ridiculous, and it is something that you absolutely should be reading. It was so fantastic, and I just loved everything about it. Aqua was absolutely an idiot. Darkness, oh my god, Darkness holds a pain. This is Konosuba, and we know why. It's because Kazuma bondages her by accident, and she can't get free, and she needs to go for the toilet, but Megumin and Aqua are kind of like, you perv. So there ends up being a whole prison school kind of whole thing of just like holding it in, and it's just like, sure, why not? It lasts for about 40 pages. Yeah, and it's quite exciting. It's over the top, it's ridiculous, and it's quite exciting how whether or not they're going to get caught. If you're like someone trying to hold their pee in and want to read a light novel, read Konosuba. It's got pee. Next up is a title that I have actually personally covered on the channel, and again I wanted to draw attention to it. It is Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, and if you want to find more about that series, you can check up a little video of it up here, or it'll be in the comments as well. This is a fun, ecchi slice of life that is very much familiar to stuff like Teasing Master Takagi-san and other fun series like that. Uzaki-chan is probably the waifu of the year, or the best girl of the year, at least for manga. She's so spontaneous, she's over the top, she's a lot of fun, and she's got snaggle skin. You know, that thing that kind of happened with Laidback Camp where it was Snaggletooth and Snaggle Skin. Why do people like Snaggletooth anyway? But it doesn't matter, because this is a fun series, and it's got a lot of heart, it's got a lot of cuteness, it's got a lot of lovely, nice romance, and if you like ecchi, if you like slice of life, if you can get away with the combination of the two, you will absolutely adore this series, and it's easily going to be in one of my top 10 new series for this year. Sorry, Komi. One of the titles that I first started collecting when I really got back into manga collecting was Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and I'm so happy that Volume 8 has finally reached ourselves, and it's an interesting one. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, it was always kind of a slice of life. However, this is a very battle-centric kind of one. We finally see a lot of stuff including Kana's family. Kana very much becomes an adult, and we see some absolutely kick-ass moments from Toru, Ililu, Fafnir, and all of the dragons, all of them actually get their own time to shine in this, and it is an absolute fantastic combination of everything that's been in the series. Miss Kobayashi starts to learn magic powers, which I'm personally not sure on, but yeah, it's one of those ones, it moved away from the whole slice of life thing, and I was kind of bummed out that we did really have much slice of life. But then we discovered what family was and what family's about, and yeah, it's one that I would definitely recommend that people check out if you like. Again, if you like slice of life. I mean, slice of life seems to be my bread and butter at the moment. It's the kind of the thing that I'm really enjoying because it's just so relaxing. If you like, it's nice to see people enjoying life, enjoying everything, much like Yotsuba. But Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid has just been such a fun series overall. I just can't complain about it. And this one is just another fantastic installment in it. Speaking of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I also read Elma's Office Lady Diary Volume 2. Now, if you weren't really happy with the slice of life in Volume 8, this will make up for it. And it's all about Elma, who is absolutely best girl. Because all of them are best girls, including Fafnir, who actually gets a lot more focus on in here. I don't know why. I think it's because there is no Fafnir standalone manga, and Fafnir's obviously related to that guy who's obviously in Elma's office, so we do get to see a lot more of Fafnir and him, and which is absolutely fine because Fafnir's definitely my favourite character. Of course, apart from that, we get a lot of stuff of like Elma just wanting to eat food and Elma's stomach being the most important thing in her life, apart from her family and friends. But my god, it is so fun. It is just such a great series. I'm definitely enjoying this one a lot more than the Kana one. The Kana one's definitely just kind of like, oh, it's kind of being cute and oh no, this little thing might happen. But yeah, this one was so much fun and I really enjoyed reading it. It's a 4-comer. If you like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, definitely check this one out too. Oh, it's spooky season, so I was scared to read this one. It's an ecchi. Yes, this is Yuuna and the Haunted Hotsprings, Volume 3. I really want to cover more Yuuna and the Haunted Hotsprings because I originally read Volumes 1, 2 and 3 about a year ago when they originally came out. Then I kind of just dropped the series. I got a little bit bored towards the end of this one. And I can't remember what it was, but something made me buy Volume 4 and 5. And they've been sitting on my shelf unread for quite some time. And I don't remember ever finishing this. Volume 3, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to reread the entire thing and I want to do a great video for it because if you remember that was actually the first video I did on manga was Yuuna and the Haunted Hotsprings. If you like monster girls, you might enjoy this. It's more kind of like yokai and stuff like that. It's not really monster girl centric and it's kind of moved away from the whole Haunted Hotsprings and the whole yokai and stuff like that to kind of just being, well, this is slice of life ecchi shenanigans. This hasn't been a recurring thing. I mean, we've got this, we've got these, we've got this, and we've got this. They're all ecchi slice of life. But Yuuna and the Haunted Hotsprings, I don't know, it's a bit more booby. There's definitely all of these usual pages of just like, yeah, my clothes have been exploded off. They get tentacled by eels. Eels up inside you. Eels wriggle inside you. Never know where I don't know what the words of that song is. It's been a long time since the Mighty Boosh. But Yuuna and the Haunted Hotsprings, so far I am enjoying it. It's probably not my favourite, but I'm really expecting this to turn around. There's a reason that this is still ongoing in Shonen Jump. There's like 16 or 17 volumes out at the moment, but no one seems to be talking about it. I don't know why, but I've enjoyed my time rereading it. It's not going to be one of my top 10 favourites, but it's definitely going to be it's definitely an enjoyable one that I want to read a little bit more of. So yeah, look forward to a full-on video covering Yuuna and the Haunted Hotsprings in the near future, because hey, there's a lot of waifu in here. What happens if you had a gun? for a face. That's what happens in No Gun's life. Yeah, this is one I kind of have had my eye on for quite some time, and it's brought to us by Viz and Sig, and yeah, this one deserves its own video, and it will have its own video, or it probably has its own video, because I'm planning on doing one right now after this. And I just wanted to cover it as well. So yeah, No Gun's life it's a noir, but it's also very much reminiscent of titles like Gangster and Battle Angel Alita. In this world where there's kind of like everyone's kind of being upgraded and stuff like that. There's a guy who's just got a gun for his head who's a private detective or private hire, and yeah, there's some very interesting stuff in this one. It's very over the top, it's very ridiculous, but also with a very serious aspect. There's a lot of great stuff about this series, and I'm really excited to see how the anime pans out with it. But yeah, No Gun's Life is definitely one that is worth picking up and at least trying. I'm really happy I did it. It was a long read. It took me like 3 nights just to get through it. I mean, I was only setting aside an hour, but I don't know why. I was reading it, and it took me ages to get through it, and I was enjoying every minute. But yeah, I don't know what about it. It was a tough read, but it was so worth it. Next up, we have The Hero is Overpowered, but also Overly Cautious. This is another one. It's a light novel that I picked up a few weeks ago. I didn't even realise that anime was coming out for it, but oh my god, it was so fun and it was so ridiculous. If you like Konosuba, you're probably going to enjoy this one. So the hero gets transported into another world. However, he's one of those heroes who just grinds metal slimes for forever and a day on Dragon Quest. Yeah, that's right. He ends up just training himself to be pretty much as soon as he can to be the max level. Whenever he fights anything, he uses the most overpowerful attacks and just decimates his enemies. And he buys too many things, so he buys 3 sets of armour. One for himself, one as a spare, and one in case he loses the spare. He's overly cautious. There was a lot of stuff I liked about this volume, a lot of stuff I liked about this series. The goddess was over the top, she was a bit ridiculous. She's a little bit too much like Aqua. She's kind of like, I'm useful, but then she's the kind of like, oh, you're useless. But he's just kind of like, he's horrible anyway. But I liked how there was a lot of great fights, and there was a lot of great fights that kind of didn't just make it feel that he was too overpowered. They very much kind of do with like One Punch Man, where it's just like, oh, he's overpowered, he's going to defeat stuff straight away, but they kind of have other stuff building up to it, so it kind of just doesn't work all as one. And it really worked for that. I really enjoyed how that worked, and it's another series where being overpowered actually really works as part of the greater good. And for me, I would definitely recommend it. I haven't seen much of the anime yet, but I would definitely recommend checking it out. The series that I've always wanted to be checking out is Kokoro Connect, and I finally did. I had the light novel for when I went on holiday, and I never read it. So I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to read it now. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a tough read. One of my problems when it comes to light novels is that if it's very Japanese names, I very much struggle because they don't have that visual aspect. However, with this one, I did ultimately manage. There was a lot of great stuff. It's very much a body swap. It's very much a body swap, but it's got a lot of stuff that we kind of skirt over when it comes to body swap series. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It comes down to a lot of really dark stuff. Like, because there's like 5 of them who's getting body swapped, it very much comes down to stuff like what happens if you discover stuff about people that they don't want you to know, and because and a lot of stuff kind of happens, and say it tackles stuff like rape and attempted rape, and what would happen if you got body swapped into somebody who was dying and stuff like that, and it asks a lot of very difficult questions, and it gives you that kind of closure. The cast are all really likeable, and it was a series that I really wanted to enjoy. Now, my problem was that, like I said, I struggled with names, and there was times that I was like really engrossed in it, and then other times that I was kind of just like, I can't be bothered to read this. It was one of those ones where if you've had a difficult day, you're probably not going to enjoy reading it. It's probably a better one that's on your lunch break kind of thing. But I'm still going to check out volumes 2 and upwards because I feel like this one deserves it. It's not an isekai, it's a high school, it's like the same people who did Keon. So yeah, I mean, that's great, and I want to know more about it. I want to see what happens. It was so far it's been absolutely fantastic, but a struggle to read. Now this is one that was on the Shonen Jump app and I can't end the video before talking about it. This is Spy Family or Spy X Family, and oh my god, this is... See, I talked about Beastars not long ago, which is another one I did read, and it's just like, there's a lot of hype around that. But this one, I heard so many good things about before it picked up. There's not even 15 chapters out. There might be 15 or 16. And it's selling so well in Japan, so I needed to know what was up with this series. And oh my god, this is something incredibly special. This is something that really needs to be more people talking about it. This is a series about a spy who ends up in a mission, who needs a daughter to infiltrate this prestigious school. So he adopts a young child who's absolutely adorable. But the daughter she's a telekinetic or telepathic or whatever you want to call it. She can read people's minds, so she can hear what he's saying. She's an orphan, she's been abandoned, she's been crap, and he's just like, well, he's part of this pretend family. He also gets this girl who really needs to find a boyfriend for a date, for like a function, and it's just like, yeah, I need a pretend mom. She turns out to be an assassin. So we've got a spy, a telepathic, and an assassin all as one family, and it's so adorable. Everything about this series is just so great. It's absolutely fantastic. If you've got Shonen Jump, this is absolutely the must read series that you absolutely need to be reading. It's so adorable, it's so nice, it's so weird the way they kind of managed to pull this off, because I was like, oh, it's not gonna last, it's not gonna be like one of these things where it's kind of, they're gonna find out, but there's a lot of more things getting added onto it, and there's a lot of ridiculous stuff, and it just so works. It's kind of like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, where it's like this whole slice of life, and this, in fact, it is very much like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, where it's kind of these fish out of water trying to be families, and these people who kind of would struggle to have a family are having a family. The daughter's absolutely adorable, so if you like that really cute daughter character like Yotsuba or Kana from Dragon Maid, you would absolutely love this series. It's so good, and it's one I am going to definitely be covering on more of a basis, because it is a series that is absolutely so worth talking about. And the last one I want to talk about is Can You Just Die, My Darling? I picked this one up on a whim. I think it was on Kodansha's sales or something like that, and I'm not gonna lie, volume 8 looked rather interesting. Yeah, you'll see when we come to it, but yeah, this is about a series where if people fall in love with each other, they want to murder them, and they get super awesome, amazing powers in order to try and kill the people they love. Yeah, it's a weird battle shonen seinen just murder thing, and I was just like, yeah, this is not normally my cup of tea, but this is ridiculous. I want to know more about it. It's really cute, but it's kind of like that thing where it's like, that thing that you want to protect, that thing you absolutely love, is the thing you need to kill. And yeah, I was kind of like, and I was just like, yeah, this is good. It's one of those ones that I'm probably not going to cover like properly in depth, but yeah, it's interesting. Go check that one out as well. Yeah, it's certainly a thing. And that's it from me. Let me know what you've been reading over the last few weeks, and I'll see you again next time. If you enjoy this, please let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and like I said, let me know what you've been reading, what you've been enjoying over the last few weeks, because I want to do more of this. I want to talk about more of what I've been reading. and get it out to you, and if I can do it via this, brilliant. Thanks for coming, and thanks again for staying. Goodbye.